Okay, Shalom, Akim, your brother Raza Allah from GMS London Camp. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Brakatam to the hopeful and sincere elect. Just want to do a quick response video. Came across this information on the YouTube feed just a few minutes ago as I was watching the live from Apostle Elder Tahar's latest sit down regarding, vocab Haman, Caveman Malone, and more debauchery that's coming out of his mouth in regards to the salvation of the true people of the Lord, the Israelites, being us Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The 12 tribes of Israel, the man named, translated from the name Jacob, and that's only to those people, it's the Lord has his own people. Those are the Lord's of the Lord's possession, the ones that he surnamed, and that's who he's dealing with. That's who he gave his law, statutes, and judgments to, man, commandments to. He's not dealing with any other nation, the nation of Israel. Anyway, that's another topic for another time. But as I came across this YouTube feed here from the brother Warai, La Yasha'Allah, Yahweh Shai is coming back, 144 if I'm not mistaken, K, his page. And you got the, the statues that they put up as of recently.
All right, I'd like to start off by saying,
as of recently, of to commend, the Juneteenth, or whatever they call it, however they say it over there in the Americas, in regards to Jake, in slavery, or so-called liberation from slavery. They got the statue over there of a damn Afro pick, paid for by the devil and advocated by simple ass Jakes, man, especially the nigger woman. And you got the mayor here, Latoya, I'll call it Chemtrail. It says Central right there, but I'll call it Chemtrail. It says, as Juneteenth approaches, we celebrated with an unveiling in the Lafayette Square. Hopefully brothers can see the writing. It says, this sculpture is very fitting for the time and place as we celebrate the freedoms that we have gained. What freedoms, man? We're still in captivity. It tells you in the book of Baruch, the 4th chapter, the 3rd verse, if I'm not mistaken, that we are yet this day still in our captivity, man. We've been subject to payments. We're still in slavery, man. What the hell is this woman talking about, man? But this is, the devil that, the Bible speaks of, man. Esau, Edom, going back to the garden as being the serpent, and Eve, man. The nigger woman, man. She's the devil's advocate, man. She's always advocating for the devil's madness, in regards to so-called liberation, man, because this is her world right now. This is the so-called white man and the nigger woman's world right now. This is their realm, because this society is nothing but a matriarchal society. Nothing but vagina worship anyway. So this demon, Mayor Latoya Chemtrail, had the nerve to, advocate for a damn Afro pick as a commemoration of so-called liberation from slavery for Israelites, man, or the so-called African Americans. And then you got Jakes on the comment boards pissed off as hell, as they should be, man, because this is straight up folly. And you should be tired of this bullshit, man. This ain't reparations, man. Real reparations is us putting our hands on our enemies and giving them a taste of their own medicine, man. The scripture says an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. So what Esau has to go through is what we went through, which is hardcore bondage, man. And it's written of in the scriptures 1,000 years. And the Lord said, he that have ears to hear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. No if, ands, or maybes. They must be killed with the sword. And here's the patience and the faith of the saints. And who are the saints? The children of Israel. They're the only, holy and separate people, of the Lord, man. The chosen of the Lord. And within that chosen, you got the elect, the chosen of the chosen. The 144,000. So anyway, this is another comment from, says, Real Vinny James, says, these Democrats posed in front of a giant Afro pick. An Afro pick, this is how they celebrate the freedoms the so-called black people have gained. I'm in hell. And there we are in hell. Because you got, Jake simple as all hell, especially the nigger woman, advocating for this madness, man, a big ass Afro pick as a commemoration of liberation from slavery, which is totally madness, because we're still in slavery to this day. We are yet this day in our captivity, man. And you got a comment from another female, Jake. You know, it says the worst part of it is that about this is that we have too many token Negroes. Exactly, man. Bootlicking us, Sambo niggas, man. Straight up Kunalites out here, man. You know, that's what we got out here, man. A bunch of Kunalites, man. You know, they suffer from Stockholm syndrome, man. They love their oppressor, man. They put their trust in oppression. The Lord said in the book of Psalms to put not your trust in oppression, man. And Jacob doing that exactly. It says the worst part about this is that we have too many token Negroes, bootlicks, like this all over this nation that gleefully co-sign all the offensive things that the dominant society comes up with and funds. It says they need to go. We can't win until they be replaced and neutralized. And yeah, and ultimately they're gonna be neutralized by that nuclear missile, man, by the ICBM missiles, man, by that fire. The Lord gonna use those missiles to cleanse the earth, man, to cleanse the minds of our people, man. The 2/3, the rebellious. Because it tells you in Zechariah 13:8 that 2 parts shall be cut off and died, man. They're gonna be burnt by nuclear fire. That's how they're gonna be cleansed and replaced and neutralized, man. So she made a valid comment right there. They need to be got rid of. 2/3 and the devil, man. And this is another comment here from another Jake female, Ariola Davis. Says, this is so disrespectful. You and everybody connected with this mess should be ashamed. A giant Afro pic shake my head. Yeah, it should be damn ashamed, man. This is ridiculous, man. It says, what, you spent 7 million, this is from a Ragnarok Begins 11 dash 2022. Says, wait, you spent $7 million on a giant Afro pic statue to honor us black people. That's what you regulated us to. Yeah, man. So this demon, this heifer, Mayor Latoya Cantrell, she's a demon, man. And she's the devil's advocate. And that's why the Lord is going to destroy 2/3 of our people, because they're destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. And that's the majority of our people. And the same day, which was yesterday, that they did that, you had over here in the UK, the Windrush generation. Esau decided to put up a statue for Jake to commemorate the Windrush generation that came over after after World War II. You know, after the Second World War, to help build Britain back again, to basically build Britain back again after the World War. And at the same time, Esau has been trying to kick the so-called Wind generation back to their country, man. You know, that's been in the news as of late since early last year, man. How they was trying to deport Jakes that came over during the Windrush generation because they're not actual citizens of the UK. So these devils, man, they have no regard for Israelites, man. And the Benjaminites, so-called West Indians, you come from the tribe of Benjamin. It says Basil Watson sculpture in the Waterloo station celebrates pioneers who arrived in Britain after the Second World War. It says Windrush generation, Salakia, the title here, the Commonwealth immigration, man, deportation more like. It says Windrush generation moved to tears as monument unveiled in London. So Jake is being simple as hell once again. So they did that big ass Afro pic in America for the Juneteenth, and then over here with the Windrush generation, which is the tribe of Benjamin, they put up statues over there in Waterloo in central London. And these niggas is brought to tears. When you watch the videos, you see simple ass Jakes, especially nigger women, as usual, parlaying and crying and, acting as simple as all hell. Because they're destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. This is why the Lord's going to kill 2/3 of our people, man. They have to be cold, man. 2/3 have to be cold and put away, man, because they're out of their fucking minds, man. Excuse my French. And who else? Who other than, better than to basically stand up for the wickedness of this whole so-called monument, man. Lady Benjamin, man. This heifer here, this black heifer here, her name is actually Lady Benjamin. which is crazy because, the tribe of Benjamin is actually the West Indians of today. The so-called West Indians go back to the tribe of Benjamin. Her name is actually Benjamin, her last name. So that shows you how the spirit works, man. Her name is Fiola Benjamin, and she's the chair of the Windrush Commemoration Committee. So she's advocating for this statue to be put up for Jakes to, to be lollygagging over, which is straight up folly. So this shows you that, the tribe of Benjamin is the so-called West Indians today. But 2/3 of them are going to be put to death, like this lady Benjamin here, Fiola Benjamin. She's going to be put to death, man, for advocating for this madness. So once again, it's the nigger woman, man. She's always playing the devil's advocate. Anyway, I'm not going to read the whole article. It's just to, make mention of the point that our people are simple as hell, man. And that's the statue that they put up. And then you had Kate and Prince William unveil the statue at Waterloo Station, yesterday afternoon. Simple as all hell, man. And you had Jake there, crying buckets of tears, like to say this is going to make a change in our society, man. This ain't doing nothing for us, man. This ain't reparations, man. This ain't going to bring nothing but, straight up confusion, man. Because our people are still on the bottom, man. We ain't benefiting from, a damn statue being put in the damn central of London, man. What the hell are we going to benefit from that? All you're going to get is pigeon shit, and, people standing and taking pictures on of a statue, man. And pigeons defecating on top of that damn statue. That's all you're going to get. That's the only benefit you're going to get from having a damn statue in central London of two Jakes, so-called West Indians. So Lady Baroness, whatever her name is, man, Fiola Benjamin, she's going to get put to death, just like that other Mayor Cantrell over there in the Americas. They're going to get put to death, man, because they're simple as hell. They're straight Kunalites, man. And they're against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They want this place to go on. And the Lord said this place is going to be destroyed. The fashion of this world is going to pass away with fervent heat. Anyway, I'm just going to read 2 scriptures and close out. 3 actually. And close out. Baba Kushar. Hopefully brothers is edified. But you see the mentality, man. And you see why the Lord said pray not for these people, man. So Jeremiah 4:22 says, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children. Very stupid, man. It says, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Yeah, you advocating for the devil to put up a big ass Afro pick and a fucking statue in the city center, should I say? It's straight up wise to do evil, man. What is that doing for our people, man? Is that binding us back to our true identity of being Israelites? No. You're still in the midst of confusion, man. You still don't know who you are, according to the scriptures. You're still worshipping false idols, especially Esau Edom, because he's your number one deity for Jakes over here, the tribes. The so-called white man's their God, man. That's why they're up in the churches every damn Sunday, singing and dancing to, Cesare Borgia, which is a false image of the Lord, man. Yahweh Shai, a so-called dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah. Yes, the Lord is a so-called black man. He's not white, man. He's not so-called white. Like these devils have been portraying for the past how many decades, man, and centuries. That's something called iconoclasm. But yet you tell Jake that, but they'll come up against you for saying that, man. They'll say, why does it matter? Because for truth's sake, man, truth matters. It says, but to do good they have no knowledge. Yeah, they don't know. They don't have no knowledge, and they got the men of the Lord out there from the apostles and elders on down, been out there on the YouTube, on the World Wide Web for years, on the highways and hedges, going out there pushing this word, and 2/3 don't regard it, man. They're fanning their hand. So the Lord's going to fan his hand in this time now that we're coming into, which is the time of Jacob's trouble, when all hell breaks loose, And it's funny enough, because you had that lady Benjamin. Her name was actually Benjamin, from the tribe of Benjamin, so-called West Indians today. But Jake ain't gonna, Jake can't put 2 and 2 together because they have no knowledge. And that's the spirit, man, that she actually advocated for this. And she's an Israelite, man. But it's the woman of all people, because, you know, she's the weaker vessel, man. And she's a conduit, you know, to Satan, to wicked forces, man, on the left-hand side. Especially through Esau Edom, the so-called white man. As I said, it goes back to that deal, back to that to even the serpent in the garden, man. You know, so they have no knowledge, man. This is why the Lord going to kill 2/3 of them, and rightfully so, man. It says Hosea 4:6. It says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because they have not rejected, because thou hast rejected knowledge. Yeah, rejected this truth, man. The real truth, the true understanding of these scriptures, man, of who you truly are. You rejected it. You know, I will also reject thee. Because you want to stay under that slave mentality, man. So I will also reject thee. The Lord's going to reject your asses, man. That's why a lot of you are going to starve to death. You're going to be caught up in all kind of calamities, you know, and you're going to be brought to the sword. A lot of you are going to get put to death in grievous ways, you know, because you 2/3 are not right, man. You're not right in the dome, man. And the Lord doesn't want you right now. You know, he's only dealing with his elect. So the Lord said, I will also reject thee, that thou should be no priest to me. So seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. Yeah. So the 2/3 and the children are going to die, man. They're going to die, man. Ultimately, they're going to get hit with the nuclear missiles, man. Because they got that slave mindset. And also the Lord blinded them, like it tells in Isaiah the 6th chapter. He blinded the 2/3 until the nuclear missiles come. So they ain't going to receive this truth anyhow. You know, it's not for them. But this just shows you that the scriptures line up with, you know, day-to-day living, basically, man. How Jacob living today, it's all lined up in the scriptures, man. It all correlates. That's why we know who the 12 tribes are today in this world, man. Because the 12 tribes are known as the lost sheep. And you can see that Jacob straight up lost, man. You know, they're lost in the source. It says Jeremiah 11:14. It says, therefore pray not for this people. Yeah, don't lift up no prayer cry for these insubordinate fucks, man. These infidels, man. Therefore pray not for this people, neither lift up a cry or prayer for them. It says, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. What trouble? Jacob's trouble. And we're coming to that time now. Because they're hard of hearing, man. The Lord already told you that Jake's stiff-hearted. And they're a bunch of scorpions, man. And that's the 2/3, you know. Because they're willing to kill their own people to live, you know, carry on living this lifestyle, man. You know, just like they gave up our Lord 2,000 years ago. And they, you know, them that killeth the prophets. It was wicked-ass Jakes that was involved in that, man. So they're the same wicked spirits that are back here now, and they want to kill the prophets all over again, man. They're going to be part of the demonization of the, you know, the Hebrew Israelites on this side, man, in the modern day. Or BHI, as Esau calls us, man, which is bullshit, man. Because when they're all black with different shades of brown, you know, there's no such thing as a black Hebrew Israelite. They're all with different shades of brown, you know, BHI. But that's part of the demonization. So we know what's coming down the pike. But yeah, as for 2/3 of our people, this is why we disdain you, man. Because you advocate for stupid shit like this. Instead of real reparations, which is, you know, putting chains on our enemies like they did to us, man. And enslaving them. That's real reparations, man. The Lord said the land cannot be cleansed unless the blood of that was stained and let me just get it and I'll close out on that. Numbers. Let me just close out on that, man, because this shit is getting ridiculous, man. But you can see why the Lord is not dealing with 2/3, man. It says Numbers 35 and 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. So how is this land getting, you know, captured basically? Through slavery. That's why these devils are got You know, the land of America I'm talking about. And England, Great Britain was a part of that, man, because a lot of shipping and, you know, the British Empire was a great, you know, manufacturer in slavery, man. Manufacturing slaves and, you know, actual resources. You know, there's certain commodities that were more expensive than actual slaves. Like the brother brought out in another article going back to the 1800s, some documents that they found, and they were saying that there was horses that were put in stables that were more expensive than a Hebrew slave, man. You know, so we was, you know, the bottom of the barrel, man. We was like chattel slavery for real. We was less than animals, man. We was, you know, less than human. We was considered, man. You know. But you got these niggas that want to advocate for so-called liberation. But look how these devils are still treating us to this day, man. Shit ain't changed, man. And they got blood. They got a lot of blood in their hands. Talking about these so-called white people, these Edomites, and they got to pay, man, with their blood. That's how it's going to be cleansed. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. Yeah, and woe to the bloody city, like it tells you in the book of Nahum, man. It says, for the blood it defileth the land, and said, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Yeah, so Esau's got to pay, man, with his own blood. What he did to the Native American Indians, all the indigenous tribes, the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom, he's got to pay for all of that, man. And then some, man. 1,000 years of hardcore bondage. You know, and then after that, he's going to be exterminated. You know? So that's the true reparations, man. So Jake needs to come out of that slave mentality, man. You know? But as we said, 2/3, they're going to be put to the side and destroyed, man, along with the devil. Because the Lord's not dealing with the whole nation right now. He's only dealing with his elect. You know? So that's you know, that's just the harsh reality, man. But you can see why. You know, the Lord said, "Don't be concerned with the ungodly and how they perish, man. You know, just worry about the elect, because they're the ones that's going to proceed and move on into the kingdom, man, and bring forth back the nation in righteousness, man. Lord willing, be of the elect, you know." Anyway, I want to close out, give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Chakodash. Hopefully, brothers is edified. Till next time, I'll say Shalom.